If you like my dad's videos, please subscribe to QA Insights channel.
Welcome to Learn Chaos Engineering series. In this episode, we are going to see how you can use LitmusChaos along with Argo CD in DigitalOcean. In our last video, we have seen some of the basic concepts about GitOps. Argo CD is one of the popular declarative GitOps CD tool for Kubernetes. It follows the GitOps pattern where you will have your Git as a single source of truth. And it supports the customized applications, Helm charts, KSONet, JSONet, and even you can use your plain directory of YAML to declare your manifests. And also you can use any custom configuration management tool to define your application. Basically, it will automate your deployment and it will maintain the state, and it will maintain the local cache of your Git repository. You can follow this instruction to install the Argo CD demo application, and also you can install the sample HTTP echo app in the same repository. So we are going to leverage some simple application, and then we are going to see how we can leverage Argo CD along with LitmusChaos and what is the impact. So to demonstrate, we have one Argo CD application called HTTP echo. So this manifest will create the namespace and then it will create the deployment. So this deployment will have two replicas here, as you see. Basically, it will create some simple Go application and it will just print the argument value, say hello QA Insights, in the container port 5678. And then we are going to create a service to expose the deployment so that you can access it in the port 80. So this is our demo app we are going to create in Argo CD. After creating the demo application, we are going to create a litmus experiment for a pod delete. So this pod delete will try to kill the deployment, the 100% of the pods in the deployment. Basically, the duration would be around 90 seconds. So what will happen during this 90 seconds? Whether your experiment will succeed or Argo CD will take over and then it will spin up the pods for you. So that is what we are going to see in this demo to understand the consequence of Argo CD whenever you use the LitmusChaos. To begin with, just visit this particular repository where I have kept all the demo application manifest and how to install the Argo CD and how to install the LitmusChaos. So this demo involves DigitalOcean, but you can use it your own local cluster or any other cloud provider. To begin with, let us launch the Chaos Center first. So this is our Chaos Center. I have patched the URL as a load balancer so that we can access it from the browser publicly. And similarly, we have the Argo CD up and running here. The very first step is to configure the repository. Just go to the settings and click on repositories and just select the connect repo using HTTPS. Here, select the type as Git. You need to select the project default, and then we have to copy and paste the repository URL. Let me copy this URL and paste it here and click on connect. So this will connect the public repository. In case of private, you need to follow additional steps for the authentication. Now let us go back to the home page and click on the new app. So here we need to enter some application name, valid name. In this case, let us give HTTP echo and select the project default. And the sync policy we are giving right now to demonstrate, let us select manual. But if you don't want to manage everything, you can also select the sync policy as automatic. But for the demonstration purpose, let us select manual here and keep everything as default. And if you just scroll down, select the repository URL. So this is the URL we just added. Select it and keep the revision as head. And in the path, we need to give the folder path. So in this case, the folder path is our demo app. Just copy this and paste it in the Argo CD. And select the cluster URL as default cluster. kubernetes.default.service, and namespace, let us give the http-echo and click on create. So this will create the application, and let me open the Kubernetes cluster. So right now you are seeing the Litmus namespace and Argo CD namespace, another default namespace. After you created the application in Argo CD, it will not deploy the application. So basically it will just create the project just for your reference here, but it will not do anything to the cluster. As you see, the app health is missing and the current sync status is out of sync. And if you click on this app diff button, you can see this is what we have right now, basically nothing. But in the Git repository, we have the namespace, service, and a deployment. So we need to sync it because we selected sync policy as manual. So to sync it, just click on the sync button here and click on synchronize. So this will deploy the application in the cluster. Now if you go back to your Lens IDE and if you see the namespace, here you can see http-echo. So this is our pods. There are 2 pods which are up and running, and similarly if you go to services, you can see the cluster IP. Now if you just forward this port, you can see the application which is Hello QA Insights up and running. So now what we are going to do is, let us create an experiment. Just go to your Chaos Center and click on schedule workflow and follow the directives. And here let us add a new experiment, say delete pod. So generic /pod delete, and click on done and click on edit. So here we need to target our application. So by default, it will select the namespace as default. Just delete this and select the HTTP echo and select deployment. And in the app label, select app equals HTTP-echo and click on next. So we are not going to define any steady state. Just click on next. And here the total chaos duration, let us enter 90 seconds and 100% of the pods will be affected. And click on finish and next, 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 and finish. So this will start our execution. Basically after a few moments, it will kill the pod. Now let us go to the Lens IDE and select the pods and let us select the HTTP echo here. After a while, you will see these pods will be deleted by LitmusChaos, and your Argo CD will detect the change. And after a while, Argo CD will keep up the state where it should be, and then it will automatically kick off the pod creation. So let us wait and then let us observe the Argo CD app health status. So as you see here, it detected some changes and it is automatically created the pod. So now if you go to your Lens IDE, see the pods are terminating and our duration, LitmusChaos duration is 90 seconds, and LitmusChaos is trying to kill the pod again and again, but Argo CD will keep the pods up and running because it is trying to be very resilient. And LitmusChaos will try to kill the pod again Argo CD will create the pod. So if you are using the Argo CD with LitmusChaos, so you can test your application completely. So basically whether it is pure resilient or purely it is becoming available to the customers or not. So whenever you use both, you need to plan your experiment properly. Otherwise you will be testing a different hypothesis. So now let us wait for the experiment to be completed and then let us observe the results. So now our experiment is completed successfully because the pod delete is successful and your application is resilient. So whenever Argo CD detects some change, it will try to spin up, and again LitmusChaos will try to delete, and again Argo CD will try to spin up. So it will keep going for the whole duration. So now since our experiment is successfully completed because LitmusChaos is able to do the experiment, and you can see the status here. So now if you go to your Argo CD, as you see, there are so many iterations happened to keep the pod count as desired, And if you want to make sure everything is proper, just hit refresh. And if you hit refresh, the deleted pod will automatically go off from the UI. So this is how you will make use of Argo CD, LitmusChaos, to make sure your application is truly resilient or not, so that you can learn from hypothesis to make your application better. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and have a good day.
If you like my dad's videos, please subscribe to QA Insights channel.